each of the 774 local government areas in the country will be allotted 1,000 slots. I am pleased to report that this program has commenced.
Out of the program that 1,000 must come from each local government.
As we are committed to take your responsibility and making the right as it were, whatever we will do, but must.
The north-central region of Nigeria's 6 geopolitical zones was home to the country's first administrative capital after the amalgamation of the Northern and Southern Protectorates in 1914. Today, the zone comprising Benue, Kogi, Kwara, Plateau, Niger and Nasarawa states, as well as the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, houses the Aso Rock Villa, the seat of the federal government of Nigeria. A total of 121,000 persons were enlisted into the extended Special Public Works Program in the North Central Geopolitical Zone. In Nasarawa State, the flag-off ceremony was held at the Lafia City Hall in the presence of the State Governor, Abdullahi Sule, and Emir of Lafia, Justice Sidi Baji, amongst others. The orientation exercise took place at the same venue, after which staff of the National Directorate of Employment moved to the various local government areas to get the program underway.
The entire management and staff of the Directorate are totally committed and dedicated to the smooth and effective implementation of what we have come to proudly call the 774,000 jobs. We are conscious of the expectations of Mr. President and his sincere desire and commitment to support the less privileged at a time when the country and indeed the whole world strive on the path of recovery from the effects and shackles of COVID-19 pandemic.
Some public works undertaken in the state include the rehabilitation of the Kiana-Agaza Road in Kiana local government area, Federal Polytechnic Junction, and Secretariat Roads. Also, work was done in the construction of the Primary Health Center in Toto local government area of the state. Participants also control traffic along Super Cinema Road in Lafia, where residents and school children are daily assisted to cross the busy intersection to avoid accidents as previously recorded in the area. At the local government secretariat in Akwanga, testimonies abound of the dedication of the participants who daily clear the grass and keep the environment clean.
There's an adage that says health is wealth. If your environment is clean, you will live longer. Your activities will be smoother. We thank the participants for keeping our environment clean. Our sanitary inspection is clean. With the creation of this job, our youth are engaged. These criminal activities will reduce to the barest minimum.
In Niger State, residents of the 25 local government areas had identified areas where intervention was required prior to the commencement of the program. Some of the areas highlighted are drainage desilting and maintenance, vegetation control, sanitation around markets, road maintenance and rehabilitation of public infrastructure. In Kwara State, 16,000 beneficiaries were engaged in the extended Special Public Works Program. 46% of the participants were female, while 54% were male. Graduates of tertiary institutions made up 37% of the figure, while non-graduates constituted 63%. Additional indices show that participants aged 40 and above represent about 90% of the total figure, and persons living with disability occupy 5%. 6,000 participants were drawn from the 6 area councils that make up the Federal Capital Territory. They were engaged in a wide variety of projects ranging from construction, rehabilitation and maintenance of public infrastructure across the territory.
He is saying that I'm very, very happy that they did that gutter. Before it was done, it was very dirty with debris inside. But when the NDE workers came, they were very, very happy and they appreciated of them. And now they are still coming there to check on them. But few days prior to this period, the place was not good to see at all because there was debris everywhere. But now they dug the gutter and then everywhere is clear and there's a better drainage. My prayer for them is that they should increase their number of years in service because of the work they did. He said that what the government has done so far, they have done very well because of the evil activities that are going on in the community among the youths. They are taking drugs and what have you. But if the government continues in this way, crime will reduce in the country.
Participants of the Extended Special Public Works Program have brought succor to the residents of Tuduwada Ward 2 behind the stadium by JAMP office in Buari Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory as their neighborhood has been given a facelift after many years of perennial flooding. The situation was caused by the twin problems of blocked drainages and a huge mound of refuse which prevented flood water from flowing through the existing channel. Whenever it rained, the houses were flooded, as evident in the flood marks on the walls in the area. The flood also washed up refuse into the living spaces of residents. Apart from the health hazards posed by the seasonal deluge, it also threatened the structural integrity of buildings in the area. Participants in the Extended Special Public Works Program cleared the refuse, desilted the flood channel, dug an additional drainage, and built flood barriers to prevent future flooding occurrences.
We the people that live around, we stood up by not to put the refuse here because it's not good. When you compare to health-wise, we refuse to put it here. We rather pay money to go and drop it somewhere else, not here anymore. And in terms of water, when rains fall, it's overflooded here. It goes into people's houses, more especially my neighbor here, which is very wrong. In FCT, it's very, very wrong. It's not even good looking. At rainy season, before they packed this thing, this place is defecation area. At night, you will see somebody who will sit down and defecate, which is wrong. The way I look at it, it's very, very wrong. But now it's about 100%, I can say. It's perfectly okay.
Tell us exactly what the NDA did here.
Well, they packed all the refuse, you understand? And at least it's okay. And they divert all the, I can say, the water that overflowed here. At least we're safe. We're safe, okay. We're okay now. There's no problem.
He is saying that before now, the entire area they were living, whenever there is rainfall, it floods the houses and water go into people's houses. And the entire community provided block, cement, and the building materials that was used to help them to rectify their own. And as it stands now, they are not facing any flood issues.
So, machi sugar bankasa. Yeah, sawami, and by what by chain, none Buariki, but the minister, what you could be harbab, my each all a guy water.
So she was appreciating the president and the minister for the work he gave us, and she said she's grateful because there was hunger, but now we can see food to eat from the work we have been doing. And she's still saying that she pleads that the minister should still add another a year for us to do the work so that we the youth can still have something doing. Okay.
So you do want to go back to Alberca. Yeah, go demo.
In Benue and Plateau states, participants executed carefully selected projects aimed at providing services critical to the rehabilitation and maintenance of public infrastructure across the 23 local government areas of Benue State. Similarly, the 16,000 participants from the 16 local government of Plateau State were equally engaged in the provision of services that were community and environment specific.
I am very, very happy for this program, because this program, when we heard about it, it gives so many of us hope that we will live again. And eventually the program came. Once again, I say I want to thank President Muhammadu Buhari. Yes, I was in the View Center when the news came that the program we had a few months ago has come to reality. When my friend told me that the program is on, and before I know it, my ward chairman called me, Mr. Felix, congratulations that we are one of the beneficiaries. Well, what I want to tell them is to thank them and also appeal to them too, that this program, 3 months, 60,000 naira is good money. But at the end of it, if it ends, we may not be able to survive with it. Some of us are planning to start a business. If given the opportunity to sustain it for 1 year, we'll gather a little thing and we'll start a business.
Some of the areas of the state where cleaning and desilting of drainages were carried out are at Dankolo New Layout, along Freedom Chapel Road, Old Market Road, Lokoja and Chikara, along Abuja-Lokoja Expressway. The Kogi State Selection Committee painstakingly visited every local government area in the state during the recruitment process to ensure a heat-free and thorough exercise.
It's a wonderful initiative of Mr. President to consider that 1,000 persons from the grassroots per local government be engaged in Nigeria to do social services and environmental improvement. Thumbs up to Mr. President and Honorable Minister of Labour and Employment. Given that we're in an environment that is labor intensive and we have a high rate of unemployment, this project is particularly targeted at taking people off the unemployment market to engage them to earn a stipend that will also help them to mitigate the negative impact of COVID-19 in the country.
From inauguration, it had been very, very open, very transparent. Our discussions were very cordial. And since we had a guideline from the federal, it was easy to do what we needed to do. So the instructions we were given was quite helpful. And following through that, the selection process was largely easy for us. We quite had a very smooth sail because the team was very united in what we were doing. And we traveled together, we went around all the 81 LGs together, but each person to set his hand to help.
I'm pleading to government to continue this ESPW program so that he will help more women, so that they will have capital that they will raise to have their own business. They will not depend on anybody. As for me, I've enjoyed the program and I want the government to continue it.
Join us next week on the ESPW Weekly as we focus on the implementation of the extended special public works in the South Zone of Nigeria.